Hey everyone, Frugal Panda here with a quick ride on Lectric XP 3.0 long range. Before we get started, check out my generator. I took this new generator, I'll leave a link in the description, that I purchased to keep my bikes powered up, to power my pop-up camper you'll see in this video real quick. No problems. It's very quiet. It is not an annoying generator. It's super quiet. You easily talk over it. No issues with it. Anyway, time to ride. We are in Chambers Lake. Chambers Lake is a reservoir located in Colorado, up past Fort Collins on your way to close to the Wyoming border. Of course, Fort Collins is close to the Wyoming border as well. This is one that feeds into the Cache La Poudre and ultimately disperses out on the eastern plains of Colorado and Texas area, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's actually really cool. We were riding around. Honestly, what happened was I was really bored, needed something to do, and I brought the e-bikes. So I snatched out the Lectric XP 3.0 because it has the bigger battery, and went ahead and took off for a ride and went and checked out free campsites. We come up here probably at least once a year at least. Sometimes I'll come up here by myself later on. This will probably be the last time for the year, though, to be honest with you, that we come up, or I come up here even myself. This area was actually burnt back in 2021, I think it was, 2020. My son, who's actually a firefighter for one of the large cities, he came up here and was deployed here to fight this fire. So he has never been up here to actually camp here, and he's avid outdoors person, but he's never actually camped here. He's just been here when he had to deploy here and fight the fire. So we came up here as dispersed camping. You can shoot here, of course, in certain areas, like make sure you got a backing, you're like up next to a mountain or whatever, not just shooting out where you can't see where your bullets are going, and pick up your brass. This is pack it in, pack it out where we're at. It's all free. There's paid camping here as well. There's one pit toilet, and if you find the pit toilets right off the main road of Chambers Lake, there's a trail right there. It's a parking lot, and you can hop on the trail that's right there, which is really cool to take. It's a lovely trail. I actually did not do it this time. I hung out and just relaxed at the campsite, and then rode my bike here and there and just chilled out, to be honest with you. Took naps, you know. So one thing I haven't spoke about, and someone sent me a question or a comment, and made me realize I don't say this enough in my videos, but these videos are not sponsored by Lectric XP. Lectric XP has never sent me anything. They've never asked for my opinion. They've never sent me anything for free. I have not ever got anything from them. So this is an unbiased review. So a lot of people do this unbiased review. They just gave you $1,000 bike. Well, you don't tell them, oh, your bike sucks. No, you're trying to get subscribers and you want to get another bike from them. You're so excited to get one bike. I've got a sponsored bike from another company, a small company, and the bike was pretty decent for what it was. But I still said what I didn't like about it, and that's just the truth of the matter. But this bike, I bought this bike. My other Lectric XP I bought. If you watch some of my, before I say anything else, I think it's a decent budget bike. I think they've improved over the years from the 1.0 to where they're at now, the 3.0. That's just my honest opinion, but it's still a budget bike. It is not a top quality bike, everyone. And anybody that tells you that is not telling you the truth. It is not. It clanks. It doesn't clank as bad as the old one. It has its little issues here and there. You better keep the maintenance up on them if you want it to run. You're not jumping hills with a folding bike either, especially one made in China like this. No. The range is sometimes optimistic, but it's okay. It's much better than the old one. And for the price, I think it's a fine bike. Now, if you watch some of my older videos when I went to Pacific Northwest, when I took the Lectric XP 1.0, you know that was a piece of junk. Yes, it's nostalgic to me because I did do some road trips, but the reality of it is I rode the freaking thing on the beach and it broke. The controller burnt out mostly. So for 90% of my road trip, I had a paperweight stuck in the back of my car that I had to yank out every night because I was afraid someone was going to break in and try and steal it, even though it didn't run. And I couldn't even use it. I actually had to rent e-bikes in Seattle so I could ride around and have some fun. And because I took Lectric XP to the Rad Power capital, if I knew better, I would have took the Rad Power bike. Now, so it's just the truth, guys. This is Chambers Lake. You can see it does fine on dirt roads. It's got 3-inch fat tires versus the 4 inches. 3 inches help more with range, but they're going to do fine on here. I did not air down. I didn't do anything. I'm probably flying around a lot of these trails at 20 miles plus an hour, around 20, because I'm trying to conserve some range too. Because riding on rough roads, riding on anything resistance water, as you know, in EVs, e-bikes, they reduce your range, if you didn't know that. So I'm trying to be a little more conservative, but I'm still probably riding around close to 20 miles an hour with no problems. And more than likely, I probably didn't have a helmet on. Here's the thing is, I won't hardly ride a helmet out in these places, but I'll ride them in cities. You know what I mean? But I guess in a city you can get hit by a car, so I do ride them in cities, to be truthful. These are all little dispersed camping spots. A lot of these spots are like right along the creek, so you got water a lot of times running through your camp, which is pretty cool. Mosquitoes were really bad this year, though. I've never seen them this bad when I've been up here before, but I took incense. I'll leave a link in here. I took these mosquito incense, and they really helped. I put one in different spots. They kept their little butts away, but oh man, we got tore up at first because of that. So yeah, as I ride around here, it's pretty cool in this area. And if I didn't say the temperature in this area averages in the 70s. It was warmer, but warmer, it's still in the 70s. It's just, we're at, oh gosh, I don't even know. We're way up there. 9,000 feet, I would probably estimate. So it's in the 70s here, and it gets cold at night. It wasn't as cold as it was years before, but we also didn't come down this time of year either. We usually go a little earlier in the season, or excuse me, a little later in the season. So this is June time frame. But yeah, but it's in the 70s, but that sun hits you. When it's out, it can hit you, and it makes you feel like it's hotter just because of the elevation that we're at. We're riding around. I'm riding around. There will be a video coming out of me riding Lectric XP and my partner, my wife, on the Amazon e-bike. That little Amazon e-bike, and I'll leave some links for those style of e-bikes. I do like that e-bike. It was cheap. It functions. It has been more dependable than my old Lectric XP 1.0 was. I had one issue with a pedal. Did I mention it's cheap? The range is decent if you can stop from going over 30 miles an hour, because it did do 32, 33 miles an hour. So if you can control yourself on that, you're fine. You know what I mean? It's pretty comfy. I put a seat on, same as I put a Giddy up seat on this one. I'll leave links in the description for those. The seats make a huge difference in how your behind feels when you're riding. It has suspension on the front. Got the old school mechanical disc brakes, but that's still good. That's no issue with that. I really enjoy it. It's cheap. Like I said, and it's been dependable. I might get an extra battery for it. I'm debating it because it's so cheap and the batteries aren't that much for it. Now, with that being said, riding this bike does great, even on the 3-inch tires on these type of roads. There's areas my SUV would not make it. I was easily could get around on the e-bike and check out little dispersed camping spots like I'm riding through here. And I talked about how this was not a sponsored video and all this. What other e-bikes would I recommend? Rad Mini or Rad Power. I had no issues with the Rad Power e-bikes. My issue with the Rad Mini was not dependability. It was nothing like that. I thought the quality was top notch. I still stand by that Rad Power has a better quality e-bike. That's why they cost a little bit more. It's a budget e-bike, but it's on the higher end of a budget e-bikes, I think. I'm just going to be honest on that. My only real issue with it is that the Rad Mini felt smallish to me. It felt small to me. At 6 foot tall. Yeah, at 6 foot tall, it felt kind of smallish to me. And that's one of the reasons I got rid of it. I had no problems with that e-bike. It was a good e-bike. I thought it was a top quality bike. It just was smaller. I don't know what it was about it. I think they need to make it a little bit bigger. I recommend Rad Power products. I think they make good products. Also, when I was in Port Angeles, Washington last year, I ran into a gentleman. He had a really cool business. He was renting out e-bikes. He had an e-bike business. You can rent e-bikes from him right around downtown Port Angeles. Beautiful area, by the way. Anyway, he had e-bikes from the bicycle or electric bike company out of California. Top quality bikes, everyone. Not folding bikes, but top quality bikes. You can customize. They have some really cool colors. The welds look really good on them. You know, top quality. I do recommend them. There's other companies too. Here's the thing. So the gentleman or the person I was talking to that was commenting on my video, I also let him know I just picked up a truck. I'm working on it, not mechanically, but body work. I will not post that because you know how people are with body work. And you do it this way. I don't care how you do it. I'm doing it my way. Anyway, I got a couple things I got to do to it, but my next bike may not be a folding bike now that I got a truck again. And with that opens up a lot of other e-bikes I'm interested in. And I do like Lectric's offerings in regards to their e-bikes, their non-folding ones. I really do like them. So I will be checking them out as well. And I'm not talking about I've had in the past, the Rad, the Rad Plus or whatever, where you can get the cool little, but I'm talking the bigger ones. I really do like those. And some of the ones from other companies too. So I will be looking and checking out other bikes. So I'll do a presentation on my new truck, my new old truck I got. You've seen probably a short of the 1980 Suburban I've been working on, but that's going to go. Once I get everything put back together and all that stuff, it's getting sold. It's just a little too old for me for what I want to do, like go across country or go somewhere like that. Anyway, I'll get into all that once it's ready to be presented, and I go camping with it. Look at this area, everyone. Beautiful. I was bored. And I was like, you know what? Let me go hop on the e-bike. Let's go ride around. This was good for me mentally, physically, just good. Also, there's moose in these woods. Anytime I come here, I always see moose. The last 2 years, I've seen a mom and a calf walking around. So they got a calf. There's a new calf. Seems like every year there's a new calf. There might be wolves in this area too, because you know they reintroduced wolves in Colorado. So there's the potential for wolves to be in this area. We saw a black bear here, about a 300-pounder actually. Black bears are a little bit different in Colorado than I think back east. East United States, they're smaller. Here they're around 300 pounds, or they can get up to like 300 or so pounds. They're bigger. Coyotes are bigger out here too. Our coyotes, people, you know, if you're from another country, when you guys talk wolves, you come over here and see a coyote, you probably think coyote's a wolf, but it's really a coyote. They're just bigger here. Things are bigger in the United States, everyone. So yeah, I'm riding around the road right here, just checking out all this free stuff. You'll see some of the burned areas here and there. And also, I wasn't just riding because I was bored. I also knew there was a pit toilet. There's a pit toilet within less than a quarter mile. So I was like, let me go to the pit toilet. You know, a little too much information, but let me go to the pit toilet and go check out some stuff. Easy. Make it to the pit toilet, you make it to the trails. Here's the burnt area. This was really sad to see, but I've seen it the year before. You're starting to fill in with the green. You know, it's the life cycle of forests. So part of it burns down, it fertilizes the ground, you get new growth. The old growth goes away, but it kind of still sucked. And my son, I don't know if I said this already, he fought the fire up here because he's a firefighter. He was deployed up here when this happened, but he had never camped here prior to this. Till we came up here. He was just up here to fight a fire, so a blazing huge fire that burnt, you know, the mountainside and burnt up all the hills and mountains around Chambers Lake too, in this area. This road, if you follow it, it will take you to Chambers Lake. Chambers Lake is right off the highway, everyone. It's not hard to find this area. Now, there is paid camping within here too. I ride by it all the time. There's this area, I've never been in it because I'm not paying for paid camping when I have dispersed that's all over, you know. And they also cut a lot of these trees. If you don't know, if you've never been camping, never camp under burned trees. Just don't do it. So, but they've been cutting a lot of them down in areas that you couldn't camp last year because there were so many burnt trees. They've cut them down and logged them out. Because those trees can break and fall on you, you know, fall over and all this stuff. So, yeah, just keep that in mind if you're not really used to camping, all that, just to stay safe. Said earlier, you can shoot in a lot of these areas here. There's also not just camping on one side, there's like tent camping and a little smaller camping on other sides. So you just don't camp on one side. If you see a pit, you usually can camp. They usually have something blocking something off if they're not allowing you to camp in a certain area. But this area was beautiful. At a high elevation like this, the sun was beating down on me. But mostly it's in the 70s. At night it gets down to the 50s. Usually it's in the 40s, but this year it was probably more in the 50s. Lots of green everywhere. You could have fires right now. They're not on a fire ban yet. Usually later on in the season, as the season like August time frame and stuff, a lot of these areas will start going on fire bans. I've been lucky enough every time I came here, there's been no fire bans. So we had really great campfires every night. You know, I'm just riding. This is like some of these, because of the fires, you can look and see, and it doesn't look like a trail, but it really is a trail. But a lot of these haven't been used since the fire, so they got overgrown, you know. But yeah, there's this area we used to camp all the time where someone had taken the time and made like log furniture and like tables and all the stuff out of a downed tree, which was cool. But when I came back last year, the fire got that area and burnt it up, everyone. Look at this. Look at these views. Look at my campsite. So this isn't my campsite. This is just an example of a campsite right next to the creek. Beautiful area. And they put up looked like the rangers, someone was practicing. It was like making like structures. But yeah, it's great. Everyone, thanks for watching. This is Chambers Lake in Colorado. I hope this gives some people some ideas. I'll leave some links in the description. Thanks for watching. This is Frugal Panda in lovely Colorado. Watch out for my next videos, everyone. Bye.